Good evening, YouTube. Freedom Inc. I just got off the. I just caught the tail end of your live. Your every time I actually do catch you on my feed, I'm like, oh, that's yeah, Freedom Inc. Because you know, we're all rolling and running nonstop in our lives, and I have it very so once in a while I'd stop to think to actually search for it because your stuff isn't coming up on my normal average feed, my normal YouTube feed. So I just caught the tail end of your last live, and for those watching right now, if you're watching and you appreciate, you're someone who just does more than just get up in the morning, go to work, and pay bills, and kind of appreciate personal liberty and freedom. Go over to his channel. It's Freedom Inc. And like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Turn this thing off. The AC kicks on. It's a sign from the universe. It says that this video is important. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start stalking you, man, because you're not. And it's been like that forever. You're not showing up on my feed, and I don't know what. I don't know. Who knows what that is? Who knows what that means? As far as being subscribed, anyhow, what was I gonna say? So, you had a couple questions actually. I want to answer them. So again, Freedom Inc. channel. Go over there, like it, subscribe, and if you care about your own personal freedom, if you care about where this, especially if you're an American, even if you're not an American, go and you're still a human being. Go over to his channel, man. He's got a lot. He's got a lot to say, and he doesn't play. I'm a clown. I do all kinds of crazy shit on my channel, and so please don't compare me to Freedom Inc. Of course, because he's definitely got something to say, man, and that's another thing too. I wanted to not clear up with you, but everything because I watched you for a while, for years, and then one night you said, or one video you said that you were not an anarchist. I am an anarchist. I do not believe any other man, human, whatever, madam, sir, baby, child has any right over me. If uh, me, man, it's so basic for me, man. I'm even smaller than the Ten Commandments, and we've got probably millions of pages of law written into state law, federal law in this country that it's enough to make you puke on your own shoes. I couldn't imagine reading through all this bullshit. We already have a fucking law. It's called the Bill of Rights in this country. Hello? It's easy. First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth, Fifth. Those are the most important amendments to cover your own ass out there once you leave the house. Because once you leave the ranch, guess what? You ain't free when you're on the ranch. I'm not free. I'm not a free person. You fucking kidding me? I can't even fucking. You can't even defend your own property anymore. I mean, it really comes down to the jury nowadays. Even people in Texas, dude, Arizona, very F2A friendly state. I'm gonna go all over the place here, but that old man in Arizona on the border, dude, on his fucking ranch, this is why he called the cops on himself. Hey, there's a dead body, and he talked to the cops, and well, I took a shot. And now he's in his fucking 70s. They locked his ass up. He finally got out. He's never been in jail in his fucking life. I've been in jail 11 times. I've had probably 200 police contacts since the age of 14. Whether on foot, driving, flying saucer, you name it. I've had police, we had fun in the 80s, put it that way. But right here in good old USA, man. And if you care about these things, like I said, Nick is a very serious individual doesn't, he's not playing. And I tell you what, man, if I didn't have the ties that I have here, and yeah, you're right about Nevada. I'm from the sticks. I'm from up in the mountains of California, the real California, not the fucking San Francisco, lost Southern California. Fucking oh yeah, put it on my forehead, put it on my chin, baby. Fuck you, fuck that all that liberal fucking bullshit over there. You know, California is my home. My father had a cattle ranch in California. You know, I grew up my first 15 years of my life. Most of my contact with human beings were either the other heavy metal headbangers at school or ranch people, farmers, people with fucking balls of steel, man. You know, and like you said, Nick, on your last stream, people just want to be left alone. That is me. You're very correct, sir. Um, uh, Shit, where was I going? Yeah, I mean, we're you know, all I knew was farmers, ranchers, and other hard cases, and then me and my wife in 2003, my ex-wife, I crashed that marriage in the mountain. I take full responsibility for that. We have my second daughter with her, you know, and I really screwed that up. I was doing a lot of partying still. We moved. It was her idea to move to Southern California in 2003. By 2007, 4 years of Southern California, I looked at her. We made a lot of money down there. Together, we were making 100,000 a year, which in 2006, that was pretty damn good money. Right now, you're making $100,000 a year in the United States right now. I don't care if you're in Bobach, fucking Kentucky, man. You're gonna pay out the nose for rent. You want to buy a house? You got 20 grand? You got 20,000 to buy a house? Put down on the house right now? Who here? Who here has $20,000 to put down on a house right now? I don't. Actually right now I've been paying off so many bills lately. I probably couldn't buy a fucking lawnmower right now. My bills are getting paid, but I'm in a little bit of a rut. But I'm gonna come out. I got a plan. I got a plan to come rise back out. So shit. What was it? I wanted to answer a few of Freedom's question and. The bikes, holy shit, man! I mean, that's my brother. He lives down the road. I don't get over there as often as I should. It's summertime, so we're all on our bikes now, so it's way more likely. Friday night, I was coming. I commute 500 miles a week to South Reno, from Lyon County, Nevada to South Reno. A lot of people think I'm out of my mind, but I love my job. I love where I live. I'm not going to change either one of those. And yeah, the desert's not for everybody. The desert, like I said, I'm from the sticks. I'm from the mountains, lakes, rivers, mountains, plenty of shade, plenty of cool mountain air. And what the f? What am I doing out in the desert? You know, but I slowly fell in love with the desert because of my bro. He moved out here years ago, and I just slowly because it's a shock when you come out here. I think Nick, you said you're in Vegas. Did you say you're in Vegas and you said it was a shithole? Well, yeah. Yeah, down there, southern Nevada, down in Las Vegas area. I've been to Vegas one time. They were in Vegas. Everything Vegas, 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 Vegas. And even never being there, it just never appealed to me. And I went there, and I was blown away when I went there. But it's not, I was blown away by the architecture. I wanted to see the pyramid. Now I want to go back and see a bunch of other shit. It's pretty cool, but I wouldn't want to live there. I would never live in Las Vegas. Ever. Unless there was, well, shit, I'm here now. So unless there's some huge incentive, I'm living in an oasis in the desert. You know, and the ranch owners, they're in California 98% of the time. They're actually up right now. They're fun to hang out with too. We'll go around the pool and hang out with them. And they're only a couple years older than me. Yeah, the bikes. All that digital stuff. Well, first of all, my bro, he's got he makes more money than I do. So we'll just leave it at that. But he he cracks me up, man, because he's on full time disability, and he's he's smart. He knows how to make money besides his disability check and wheeling and dealing. He's got a very, very impressive shop out back. It's just a desert shack shop. It's nothing. He doesn't have a fucking $100,000 fucking shop like the ranch owners do here. It's it's just stuff he just glued together, and it's got a Connex, and it's got a nice little biker compound there. It's pretty cool. It'd be the last place you want to fucking try to rob or try to hurt somebody. I guarantee that, because he's definitely very. You feel safe over there. Let's just say that. And so like I said, he cracks me up because he's probably got almost $100,000 invested in his 5-6 Harleys that he's got. Just lives and breathes Harley Davidson, and he inherited that house. So he never, he's a lucky son of a bitch for that. He's lucky. He doesn't have to pay any mortgage. That shit's paid. He's just got to scrape up the property taxes once a year. His parents passed, and it's the place is his. I think he's got about an acre there. It's not bad. I mean, he's surrounded by neighbors. It's not like out here. Well, I am west of him here in the little town we're in. He's sort of towards the east end of town. Yeah, he's got all this money in Harleys, and he still doesn't have a fucking car. I gave that crazy bastard a fucking car a couple years ago. A Nissan that I swear to God, this fucking car. I bought it off of these guys. I bought it off my landlords. Who better people to buy it off? Your friends. They're not my landlords. My friend. We're family, really. She tells me, "Quit calling me your landlady. We're family. They're beautiful, wonderful people." How many freaking landlords have you ever had that fucking will put a little Christmas card in your little? We have a little tiny little, it's like a mail slot outside our little gate to our yard. How many landlords have you had send you a fucking Christmas card with a $100 bill in it? Last Christmas, she sent us each a $100 bill. Me and my wife. I was like, crazy. She tries to pay me, but that's a whole other story. But anyhow, back to the bikes. So yeah, he's got, and he still hasn't gotten a vehicle. So in the wintertime, what does he do in the wintertime? Because it's cold out here in the high desert in the winter. What does he do? He goes and swipes the Tacoma back from his son, from my nephew. Like, okay, yeah, that actually works, because he gave my nephew a 2007 Tacoma. My freaking nephew, dude, these freaking millennials, man, let me tell you something. That freaking kid, dude, he's almost 30 years old. I found out a couple years ago, because his dad gave him that 2007. His dad bought that Tacoma off the showroom floor, brand new, with like 9 miles on it, back in 2007. No, when did he buy it? So, he bought that shit brand new. Drove the shit out of it. It's got like over 300 grand on it. Great truck. I'm going to tell you something about a 2007 Tacoma, man. If you find one with under 150,000, buy that son of a bitch. I'm going to tell you right now why. My freaking nephew, it just mentions matter-of-factly to me, well, yeah, I did an oil change on it, and because I realized I drove it 58,000 miles without an oil change. Whoa, what? You did what? What did you do? He drove a 2007 Tacoma, put 58,000 miles on it without an oil change. And a freaking kid, I said, then he crawls underneath there and he buys some oil to do an oil change, and he we're talking about high desert rats out here, man. He he gets underneath the trunk and he starts draining. Notice how I said he didn't start draining the oil? I said he starts draining something, and he goes, I'm draining it and it's red. I go, I go, really? He goes, and I realized, well, red, for some reason, he had enough brains to know red means transmission fluid. So he had to go back to the store, refill his transmission fluid, locate the fucking oil pan this time. I don't think he's ever changed oil in his life. And he said it just sludge comes falling out. 58,000 miles, dude, on a 2007 Tacoma. And he's still driving. This is over 2 years ago. He's still driving it. I'll tell you what, man. And I told him, you better fucking put oil in it. Drive the son of a bitch 500 miles. Drain it. Put some oil in it again, dude. Get another 5 quarts, whatever that thing takes. Drive it another 500. Drain it again. I'm sure, I can guarantee he didn't listen to me. And I fucked with him for a couple months. Every time I saw him or talked to him, you change out oil again? You change out oil again? 2000, Tacomas are great trucks, man. I mean, Jesus, take care of it, kid. So all that digital shit with the bikes, I don't know. I'm still lost. I'm driving a 90. My bike is, I'm riding every day in it right now. Last year, I didn't ride. The last 2 years, I didn't ride much. I was fatigued and blah, blah, blah. This year, I'm riding like crazy, but I feel great this year because I've been doing 100%, but I've been watching Sean Baker a lot. Where are we going? So I don't want to go too long. I'm at 16 minutes. I'm watching Sean Baker a lot. And I've been doing a lot of that carnivore diet, man. And I just feel like a freaking ox lately. I've been doing this for not 100%. I'm a stoner, man. I once in a while I'll binge, man, some donuts or something. And I still eat tortillas. I just had a burrito that I made. I just cooked hamburger. And the thing is, when I discovered the carnivore diet, I was like, I've already kind of been there. My dad's a fucking cattle rancher, dude. We slaughtered cows together. I think we're just a little bit addicted to beef in the first place. So it's like, but my dad's a meat and potatoes guy and blah blah blah. God rest his soul. But vegetables, a lot. He didn't do carnivore. I didn't even know that. But I thought in the back of my head. Look at this logically. Human beings how long has human beings been on Earth? 100,000, 200,000 years. Come on, man. Our diet and our ancestry has got to be mostly meat. There's not going to be a berry bush at every freaking corner of the earth. You're going to have to find something and you're going to have to kill something. Unless, until Mesopotamia and Persian army. How the hell do we go from motorcycles to Persian army? I don't know. The airport. I'm not gonna give up the name of my company here because I can get in trouble for that. I've already gotten in trouble before. Putting stuff on here, and our logo. We'd do some clowning at work or something, or do something. I get a cool video at work, and I have my producer. I call him my producer. You know who you are, dog. He's probably watching. He tells me, "Nope, can't do it, man. You got to take that down." It's got our logo on there. He keeps me out of trouble. It's funny because he'll text me. He'll be on the weekends, dude. You got to take that down. All right, whatever. I thought it was cool, but yeah, I can't give it the name. But it's an old company. We are a communications hardware distributor. The whole place is a DC. It's a distribution center. It's your basic warehouse, and it just sends anything you can possibly think about that's related to AT&T, Verizon, all those guys you see climbing poles and anything to get connected. We're doing it. We got the hardware. Our department I work in does more. It's called value added. It's more of a building. We actually building stuff instead of sending it out the door. Instead of packaging and sending it out the door, we actually manipulate, build, augment, and 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 change whatever the product is, value add, which value add is what it's called. Then package it and send it out the door. It's a great job. So you walk out our back door and you walk out. One day I was really super bored, and it's like I said, it's a really good job. You guaranteed 40 hours a week. If you don't have any orders, you can literally get paid to hang out, but you can only stare at your phone long enough. So I'll go find things to do. You probably see a lot of it on here. I try to keep it work related, but it's not always. I call it stealth manufacturing. Manufacturing while at work. But you go out our back door and you go far enough. One day I was bored out of my mind. I went way down at the end of our backyard, and there's a chain link fence, and there's the runway to Reno International Airport. It's pretty cool. We saw old Grandpa from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, President Grandpa. We saw Air Force One out there one day when that I don't want to use words here, but that fine gentleman went to Lake Tahoe. I guess he went to Tahoe. I think him and his old lady Jill went to Reno. That fine liberal left wing politician, fearless leader of ours. God help us all. When I was watching those debates, I don't know if anybody here watched it. I was thinking, who does he look like? And I hit it. Oh, that's Grandpa from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's Brandon. Brandon is Grandpa from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, dude. That's him. That debate was just. I'm not even gonna go there, but the airport's right there. There's a National Guard armory there, so once in a great while you'll because you hear like a DC-10 or a 737 taking off out of there, and they take off slow, and you hear it, and then once that sound that there's a line. Once it crosses a certain line, wherever you're standing, your ears, you can hear the roar of the jet engine. And then once in a great while, man, you'll hear an F-18 or a pair of F-18s take off from the National Guard Armory. And that is fucking cool because and you're not going to make it out that door in time to get, some people get up and run outside and check it out, and you ain't going to get out that door. It's an F-18, because you can't hear. They're coming at. I've seen the Blue Angels. It's fucking weird that I got that job there because I'm a F-18 fanatic. Blue Angels, naval aviation, fighter aviation. I can tell you. I've never been in the military, but I can tell you just about anything about the F-18. Ask me. Fanatic. That was one cool thing about living in San Diego for 4 years. We lived next to Miramar. Miramar used to be Top Gun. That is actually where Tom Cruise and all those cats and Tony Scott, when Tony Scott directed Top Gun. Tony Scott got fired off of Top Gun 7 times by Jerry Bruckheimer. 7 times. That idiot Bruckheimer, who's basically the Bill Gates, the Jeff Bezos of the film industry. Jerry freaking Bruckheimer, I think Bruckheimer did Armageddon. What a fucking sacrilege he is, the filmmaking. Bruckheimer fired Tony Scott off of Top Gun 7 times. 5, and every time, because you watch the DVD extra, it's Tony Scott, he's going, what? I get a phone call, and you're fired. And then they watch the dailies, and then, okay, the dailies are really good. Okay, you're hired again. Next day, do some, because Tony Scott asked the captain, because there are a lot of this is the original Top Gun. There's no CGI bullshit in that movie. They were throwing model airplanes in there and blowing them up. There was no None of that fake CGI bullshit, AI garbage. God, AI, give me a fucking break. Um, Filmmaking should have just stayed original. I know I'm kind of going off a tangent here, but he paid, Tony Scott paid, let's see, he was on a real freaking aircraft carrier with real jets, and the captain be like, he asked the captain of the ship. He gets on his little phone and calls the bridge and asks the captain, "How much will it cost for you to make a U-turn and go back in the wind and launch one more jet?" And the captain, this is back in the early '80s, and the captain goes, "I'll do it for 20,000." So Tony Scott breaks out the studio's checkbook. It's not his money. He writes a check for 20,000, hands it to a fucking sailor, says, "Take this to the captain," and the captain gets the check. All right, turn it around. We'll go back in the wind and launch the F-14 into the air. And Bruckheimer found out about that because he's the executive producer. So I'm going off way on a tangent. Now, back to Freedom Inc. I discovered Freedom Inc. from a channel I'm not going to mention here. Kilo Bravo 32 is his little, you know who I'm talking about, Nick. That over caffeinated goofball. I was his subscriber for life, and I liked what he had to say. And Freedom Inc. brings this up. He's called out a lot of people, and he's woken me up a lot because he's called out a lot of people, patriots. All right, that where are we at? 20. I'm gonna try to keep this not too crazy long, but he's called out a lot of patriots, fake patriots that I was subscribed to. I have unsubscribed because of thanks to you, sir. You kind of look at somebody differently, and then you start paying attention to them differently. Like, okay, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm not gonna do something just because somebody says to do something. That's not freedom. That's not personal liberty. That's not free thinking. If somebody says, "Hey, this motherfucker ain't right," I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna watch him for a while. I might watch him for 3 minutes and be like, "Yeah, you know what? I never liked that motherfucker anyway." So we'll go with. So, you crack me up with zombie. I call him Zombie Jelly Donut. That's my nickname for that. I didn't know that dude was a cop. And as soon as you said cop, dude, and I picture that fuck in my mind, holy shit, I could totally see him rolling that belly of his out of that cruiser and going, "I caught you. You failed to make a left turn." That's another thing, and that's the premises around Freedom Inc.'s channel is shit like this. Is how many of us who just want to work for a living, and this is really covers Freedom Inc.'s entirety of his message and his channel. It goes deeper than that, and I'm not even going to touch how deep it goes. But it goes deeper than that. It includes a family member of his. And so, how many of us, me, you, just guys like you and me, just wants to work and have a job, pay your bills, go home. And failure to use your left turn signal turns into a goddamn complete search of your car. It's happened to me. Yes, I did a lot of shit that I was asking for, but I witnessed firsthand what cops are actually capable of doing, and law enforcement in this country, and how fucking nasty these bastards can be. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not crazy about them. I'm an anarchist. How the fuck am I going to be crazy about the government? And that was another question I had for you, Freedom, was you say you're not an anarchist. I would guess you're somewhere between libertarian and anarchist then. Because that's kind of me. I can't tell you if I'm fully... I think you're like me. I don't give a shit enough to pick an affiliate, a fucking political party, whether it be libertarian, anarchists. I don't give a shit enough about that. I give a shit about leave me the hell alone. And back to my own basic philosophy of personal freedom. it comes down to really two things, and that the part two is broken down into three parts. Part one, if I'm not hurting anyone. Part two, if I'm not stealing, trespassing, or destroying someone's property, you have absolutely no power over me. You have no say over me. You have no say over my personal liberty. You are not allowed to put me in handcuffs. You are not allowed to lock me in a cage and kidnap me. Just because you wear a funny looking costume and a badge. If I haven't hurt anyone, stolen anything, broken their shit, or walked on their property without uninvited, which I would never fucking do in the first place because I'm not a fucking idiot. If you're not an idiot, you don't really even need any laws or rules in your life, you know? You don't. Rules are for fucking morons. It's for idiots. It's like, no, asshole, you can't do that. Well, because you can't rape a 9-year-old girl in the middle of the street. You can't rape a woman on the subway in Philadelphia while everybody else is fucking filming it. Anybody here pissed off besides me? You know, I work on my anger too. I mean, I've been working on it for years. And the ego, is for that matter. I've been actually studying Zen Buddhism. You would never guess it by listening to me on this channel because I talk some shit on here, but when it comes down to back to core, you know, it helps me. It helps me from going absolutely 5150, and I've 5150'd some family members, so I know the whole big gambit on that point. How does a failure to use your goddamn left turn signal turn into 18 months in jail? Because maybe your brother, your cousin, your friend left a fucking bag of weed stuffed into the back seat. You know, I've loaned my car out to people and found prescription. Not too long ago, I loaned my car out, and I just happened to look in the back floorboard. There was a goddamn prescription bottle of pills, and it wasn't just tooth pain relief. It was fucking a psychotropic drug for my friend's kid. It was a serious drug that did not have my name on it. If I got pulled over and a pig saw that, I'd be cooked. I'd be, oh, fuck, I loaned my car out. But you know what I failed to do is I normally do this shit. I loan my motherfucking car to anybody, which doesn't happen often. I don't loan my fucking vehicles out. But it was for the benefit of a 12-year-old girl because, well, those drugs belonged to a little boy, but they were taking her sister 200 miles out of town. They didn't have a fucking car to do it. And they needed to get this little girl to a treatment center because she was like fucking suicidal and all this shit. I said, take my car. Just take it. I got plenty of vehicles. Where was I going here? Normally, if I loan my car out, actually, you loan anything out. You loan a backpack out, you get it back, search the fucking thing. And I did not do that. I failed to do that. Be the cop for a second. Be your own cop once in a while. Go search your own car. Sweep your hands around. You never fucking know, especially if other people have been in your car. Search your own car, man. Run your hands underneath the seats, fucking run them into the cushions. You never know, man. Especially if you party, man. You might have been out late one night with friends, and you never know. Shit like that could happen. And I looked at those pills, and I said, yep, this is why I search my own fucking shit. But I'm rambling on here. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate Freedom Inc. I appreciate you supporting my channel, man, and watching and commenting. I've been meaning to change the name of my channel forever. I also welcome to High Desert Research. It was just one of those stupid things that you can just literally click settings, click. It's just one of those dumb things. And yeah, back to 32 boy. Well, 32 boy, where's he? Is he out? I think he's borders Pennsylvania. I don't want to put him out or anything, but he's always talking about Pennsylvania. I've never set foot in Pennsylvania again. I think Pennsylvania is his California. I used to watch him all the time, dude. All his fucking neat shit. He's one of those. He's not just a patriot. He's also got all that neat shit all the time on his channel. And ever since you started calling him out, and ever since he pussied out, because you guys were supposed, I don't know if he ever agreed to it, but you guys were supposed to do a split screen debate, or you were trying to get him to do one. What did he exactly do? Was he fucking with you somehow? I don't know what popped that off. Did he say something about you on his channel, or? But for some reason, I swear to God, dude, after a while, after you start saying some stuff about him, I don't know why. Maybe because I have such a biased opinion. I'm such a diehard supporter for your channel, but I've been lousy late. I've been on there supporting you enough. And a lot of it has to do with because your shit's not showing up on my feed. But yeah, no. The first time I discovered Freedom Inc.'s channel, I was watching Homie. I was watching his channel. Hey! Freaking cat. Look what we got going on. We got executive producer over here messing with the camera. She freaking pawed the screen. You got a new fan, Freedom. Where's she at? Yeah, Freedom Inc.'s got a new fan. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. Look at that shot. Oh, shit. It doesn't get any better than that. Look at that. I know it should be upside down, huh? It should be. Sadly to say, I hate to see that. I hate to see the American flag upside down. There's something very sad about that. There's something distressing about that, isn't there? That's what it means, distress. It means something's really freaking wrong. Oh, that debate was just... Did you watch it, Inc? Jesus, God, all freaking mighty, dude. We need help in this country, dude. They're gonna, they're gonna just keep pushing. Is Trump gonna do anything? Another 4 years of Grandpa, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Grandpa. He needs a new nickname for his next term. Because I have a feeling, dude. I have a feeling it's just going to be another nightmare election, and Biden and that moron's going to get it, and he's going to collapse during his fucking next. What do they do? Do they re-inaugurate the president? Whatever. He's going to get reelected. He's going to go make a speech. He's going to fucking collapse. Tim Pool. Yeah, I know you don't like Tim Pool. But I watch him all the time. I only watch him because his guests. I'll watch each. I'll check in on each episode. It's kind of a habit at 5 p.m. out here in the East Coast, because he's going on in West Virginia at 8 p.m. every night out there in West Virginia. He literally has been repeating over and over again. He goes, "This is what's going to happen." He goes, "Joe Biden's going to be up on the podium at one point somewhere along the line, and he's going to collapse, and Gavin Newsom is going to be right there. He's going to run up there. He's going to save Joe Biden's life. He's going to perform CPR on Joe Biden. He ain't kidding. And he's going to save Joe Biden's life. They're going to cart Biden out of there. And Newsom's going to be the hero of the day. He's going to be the next president. And then we are going to descend straight into hell, ladies and gentlemen. And China and Russia and all them motherfuckers are just Newsom, because we got Trudeau up in Canada. What's he gonna do about anything? What's Mexico gonna do about anything? What's Britain gonna do? They're all disarmed, dude. Oh, you got Australia. They just took away all their fucking guns about 4 years ago. We are headed straight into hell, people. Freedom Inc. says there's no fixing it. I think I'm an optimist. I think there is fixing it. There's always some way to fix it. Jiu-jitsu. Or no, what was it? What was it? No, jiu-jitsu. You can't fix stupid, but you can choke it out. I say you can't fix stupid, but you can blow the shit out of it. Okay? No, I'm too optimistic, man. There's 100 million gun owners in this country. I just think these idiots, all that cocksucker has done since he was elected three and a half years ago, has talked about, you need AR-15s and take an experimental fucking injection into your bloodstream. You don't need AR-15s for fucking 2 years after he was elected. You don't need an AR, and then flat out threatening the American people. Flat out threatening. Well, you're not gonna AR-15s not gonna go up against F-15s and nukes. Asshole. You just threatened 300 million Americans. What president has ever done that? What president has ever done that? Said shit like that to the American people, to his own people. China Joe, that's who says that. That motherfucker ain't our president. When has this country had a president besides between 2015 and 2020? When has America had a president? I'll tell you when. 1963, that's the last time we had a fucking president. Oh, there's only one shooter from the Books Depository Building. That's why when you see the Zapruder film, the fucking Books Depository Building is that way. Kennedy's fucking head is juking back. You want to know why? Because there's a shooter in the fucking storm drain. There's a video on YouTube. It's about an hour long. This dude, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I just came across it. I watched it. I was glued for an hour. And this guy's just I don't know who this dude is. He's talking, and he just had me enthralled. He claims there was at least 6 shooters at Daley Plaza in Dallas that day. He also said that Lyndon B. Johnson was at a fucking meeting in Houston the evening before the Secret Service was instructed it's on film. There's a film. Now, that goddamn 65 Lincoln, that 65 Lincoln, Kennedy Lincoln, the assassinations, check that out. The all of the coincidences between Lincoln and Kennedy's assassinations. I had a roommate that swears up and down George Bush Sr. was one of the trigger men. George Bush Sr., I don't know, I don't want to get too crazy here, but before he became president, you know what he did? You know what his job was before he became president of the United States? He was the director of an agency. Look it up. I don't have to say which agency here. Look it up. Director of the agency. It's a big agency. Look it up. Imagine somebody in the shadows whispering in George Sr.'s ear, I will make you director of one of the most powerful agencies on planet Earth, and you will one day sit in the presidency. All you need to do, son, this is 1963, is put her in the crosshairs. Lyndon B. Johnson was at a meeting in Houston the night before with some old boys. Lyndon B. Johnson's a Texan. This all happened in Texas. Remember Forrest Gump? One of my favorite lines in Forrest Gump, that one dude that smacked Jenny around, that activist, anti-war activist. Jenny, you know I wouldn't want to hurt you. It's just this war and that lying son of a bitch Johnson. God, that fucking part made me laugh. Oh, that was fun. He sounded like a angry 60s anti-Vietnam war protester. Again, folks, how does failure to use your turn signal turn into 18 months in county jail? Or I'm sorry, you don't do 18 months. How does it turn into a year in county jail? Because they found an empty baggie that had some substance in it. That's another thing, too, is the war on drugs. What I was going to call it an abysmal failure. For us, it is. I'll tell you what, it's a raging success for them. Not me, not you. not anybody watching this fucking channel, but the war on drugs is a raging success for them. It's incarcerated more black people, more. It has left more black children fatherless because they failed to use their turn signal. They failed to pay for their goddamn registration. They failed. The fucking tail light got broken out. I pulled you over because you took that corner too wide. I have been pulled over because I took the corner too wide as I'm pulling into my own goddamn driveway before. I've been pulled over several times because I didn't have a goddamn license plate light. You're going to stop and interrupt my fucking life under the threat of violence and up to death. Being murdered by a pig in costume. Because of a fucking license plate light. And there's guys, I personally know guys that sit in prison, that have sat in prison because, again, failure to use your turn signal. I pulled you over because this car matches the description of a stolen vehicle. I pulled you over because I don't like your mama. I pulled you over because I wanted to take a closer look at your mustache. Yet, we live in America, a free country. Things went way downhill in 1913 with the Federal Reserve Act, which was held, I believe the Federal Reserve Act was signed into law in 1913. It's a long fucking time ago. That America's been literally fucked in the ass by these fucking scum of the earth, super wealthy, me fucking individuals. Pathetic, sad, pathetic individuals. I don't want to mention any names, Rockefeller family. J.D. Rockefeller, that other prick that fucked over Nikola Tesla. Why the fuck can't I remember his name? That big fat fucker. He pulled funds from Nikola Tesla when he found out that he liked what Tesla was doing, but he pulled all the funds when he found out that Tesla had no designs or any plans to meter the electricity, because Tesla wanted to give free energy to the world. Hello? Hence the word free. Hence freedom. Hence America. What was that cocksucker's name? How come I can't remember his name? He's huge. His name is still all over the place in New York and anything with finance. He was that big fat fucker. Anyhow.
Edison?
Huh?
Oh, is it what, Edison?
No, Edison was another guy that fucked over Tesla. No, this guy was a big, huge, wealthy tycoon in New York. No, Edison was a piece of shit. He fucked Tesla over. So, again, if you're watching this, if you're subscribed to my channel, again, think about all this. What do you think? I don't get. I have a teensy weensy channel. Oh, and let me get to the point of. I'm sorry, we're going into an hour now. I'm going to wrap this up. Let me get to the point of how I discovered Freedom Inc.'s channel. So the other guy's channel. I'm sorry, I go off on tangents real easy, but and I'm not recutting this. He talked about this guy, Freedom Inc., and he goes, he infiltrated a goddamn Zoom meeting. I think this is back during COVID, wasn't it? That's because it was a Zoom meeting because of COVID, I think. He goes, this guy infiltrated a Zoom meeting with Moms Demand Action. I already knew who those fucking morons were. They're about as smart as Mothers Against Drunk Driving. That's a whole nother thing. Drunk driving, war on drugs. Jesus Christ. So he goes, he infiltrated a Zoom meeting with Moms Demand Action, and I said, what? I go, I gotta find out who this motherfucker is, man. If the word, when he used the word infiltrated, and idiots like Mom Demands Action, and I'm like, okay, I'm I'm fucking there. And I immediately went to your channel, and I watched and I was watching the actual infiltration being done. And there's Nick right there, and he's talking to him, and he's being straightforward, and he's not fucking around. And they had, these dumb fucking broads had no idea that what he was doing. I don't think. Nick ended up actually physically going to them. Were you with? Who were you with? You're with another guy. It wasn't. Shit, forgot that the fireman, read something. I haven't seen him in a long time. Not Red Dog. Not Redbone. The other Red something. But anyhow, the other pissed off American. There's a lot of us, and we're on YouTube. So he used the word infiltrate, and I was there, and that's how I found Freedom Making. And next thing you know, but because you're still one of the most unique people that I subscribe to, because Freedom Inc. he'll just let the camera run. He'll be having a campfire with his kids, man, and just chilling, and they're just talking, and he's being a father to his children, and is talking to his wife, and you can hear the fire crackling, which I really miss. I'm too paranoid to have a fire around here, around a desert. Our trailer's right next to the hay barn, and fire and hay barn don't work for me. And we need to go clear out a spot though out there. I'm gonna build a fire pit out there. That's one pretty cool thing about being on 10 acres out there. The landowner told me, build whatever you want, man. He wants to tear it down with a tractor, he'll say he'll do it. I can just pretty much do whatever we want out there. Shy of building a goddamn laboratory or something. Doing something crazy. But no, Freedom Inc. is very unique in the sense that he'll sometimes he'll be driving down the road and say what's on his mind, man, and more people need to be doing that. Let me ask you for some advice, man. And I know you're not a 1A auditor. I know you watch 1A auditors. I do all the time and pay attention. James Freeman. Did you hear about that girl in Fort Worth, Texas, that got slammed by that cop? Her name is Caroline in Fort Worth, CFW. She is a 1A auditor. Dude, there wasn't even an investigation going on. They were doing a tow. They were doing a mass tow. There was no tape line. There was no caution police tape. Nothing like. There was no criminal investigation. They were doing a mass towing, which is basically a revenue collection run. They were towing a bunch of vehicles, and Caroline in Fort Worth, which is her name of her channel. Her channel is, I think it's Caroline in Fort Worth, CFW. And I got this through James Street. And all of my 1A auditor channels that I got, they're all on this case. She's trying to talk to two female officers. And this fucking piece of shit named Matthew Kruger, Officer Pig Matthew Kruger of the Fort Worth, Texas Police Department, give him a call. Tell him what you think. Walks up to, and he's got a history. Walks up to Caroline in Fort Worth, says you need to go across the street. There was no police tape. She had every right to be standing in that parking lot. She goes, no, you're wrong. I don't need to go anywhere. He goes, you need to go across the street. Nope. And he goes, you're under arrest. And she goes, no, wait, hang on. That quick. No, wait, hang on. Wham! Fucking body slams her. You should see her face. Because they charged her. He arrested and took her, booked her in the county. They got her mugshot. She's fucked up, dude. It looks like somebody just fucking punched her fucking face in. Officer Matthew Kruger of the Fort Worth fucking Pig State Department, Texas. Give him a call. Send him an email. I needed your advice, man. Sometimes sometimes I'll see shit going on like in Carson City and Reno. I'm so tempted to stop and get out and start filming the pigs when they got someone pulled over. Maybe even do an interview with the driver. What did he pull you over for? Do you think he was full of shit? And throwing that shit on my channel. I don't have any lawyers. I don't know if I'm personally prepared to just jump. I so wanted to I was going through Mountain House, Nevada to work one morning. Dude, I was watching a dude on a crotch rocket in front of me. I was in my car. And I'm sitting there watching him thinking, because you got to slow down to 45. Everybody does 60 in the commute during the morning and afternoon commute through Mountain House, Nevada. It's a 45 zone, but everybody does 55 to 60 during the commute. Don't speed through there outside the commute. They will pull your ass over. They'll pull you over during the commute. So you got to kind of be careful. 55, 60, bounce between there. You'll be fine. And I was watching this crotch rocket in front of me. And I got a buddy up here that DoorDashes in Carson City, and they're pulling him over. He drives like a maniac though, and he's a mechanic, and he's a wrench, and this dude. I told him to make a fucking channel. This motherfucker, he got so sick of the Carson City Sheriff's Department. Carson City is the capital of Nevada, state of Nevada. They have their own sheriff's department. It's a Carson City Sheriff's Department. It's not a county sheriff's department, so it's just compressed into the city. But it's weird how it works, and they're assholes. That's a small town cop mentality. I got lucky. I got pulled up. I know a lot about him through my bro. He DoorDashes down there. He's getting pulled over, but he wears a fucking GoPro on his chest. He showed me. I've been needing to. I want to put this on my channel. He cameraed his entire 2006 Subaru Forester, even underneath both front seats. If a pig searches his car, he ain't planting shit. He's got every angle of that interior. He's got angles. He's got cameras as the pig comes up or walks around, or with a dog. He has outside angles. I want to do my cars like that. Every angle. And he's got an iPad in there, tablet in there, and it's got it all broken down, all different camera spaces. If the pig let him and they told him to get out of the car during search, he can just hold his tablet and watch everything he does. I don't think a cop would let him hold on to that thing, but I'd get out of the car with it in my hand. I got pulled over by one Carson City sheriff deputy, and he was really cool. I looked into his eyes, looked straight into his eyes. I've been pulled over about 14,000 times in my life. It's like putting on socks for me. So first thing I do, well, out here, there's been some impersonation programs out here. So lately, I've been checking their badge and their shoulder patch and make sure everything fucking. You can tell by their cruiser. You're gonna tell these impersonators. There's a lot of them on YouTube. You're gonna know on their cruiser, because these motherfuckers pull me over. It'll be instantly, you better get somebody else here, you fucking idiot. I think you're an impersonator. And no, I'm not giving you a goddamn thing. I would probably come close to shooting an impersonator. You pull me over and you better be a fucking cop. You fucking better be a real pig. I will fucking do bad things to you. I probably shouldn't be talking this shit right now in this video. I get so pissed off at people. It's bad enough. I mean, look what's going on in this country. It's bad enough. The crime is just out of control, thanks to Grandpa from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Grandpa. And then we got the pigs doing their thing, and so that, yeah, I wanted, there was a crotch rocket. I know I'm all over the place here. There's a crotch rocket. I'm following out of Mountain House. And I'm sitting there thinking, God, this guy's a rookie, man. If I was on my crotch rocket right now, I'd be fucking gone. Gone. Even if it was Mountain House. I would take it slow, but I'd be out of there. I go, what a rookie, on a crotch rocket. We come down the hill into Carson City from Mountain House. Come down the hill 50 west into Carson City. There's a bunch of fucking Carson City pigs. There's like 3 of them over here in their faggoty little SUVs, all having a little pig session on the side of the road. That crotch rocket, he was riding like a fucking grandma. He comes down the hill. And these pigs were leaving. One little piggy number 1 pulls out on 50, he leaves. Little piggy number 2 leaves. Little piggy number 3, he pulls out after the crotch rocket goes by, like grandma, and he fucking lights them up. And I'm like, I wanted to pull over so bad and get out and start filming. And I wanted to ask that cop, what'd you pull him over for? Or I would have waited. I would have been late for work that morning for that kid. I would have waited. So I would have said, what'd you pull him on camera? Give me some advice. What do you think? Should I start doing shit like that? I should have. I should at least not stop. And I wanted to know what the fuck because he went by the pig. It's not like he had time to check the license plate. Maybe he didn't have a license plate. I don't know. I would have noticed if he didn't have a plate. Because that's one thing I check on motorcycles is if they have a plate or not. If he's on a crotch rocket, especially an old shitty crotch rocket, and he doesn't have a plate, he's probably running drugs or gruns. And I usually go, hey, outlaw the crotch rocket. But I've babbled on way too long, people. I want to say thank you to Freedom Inc. for everything he's done for this country. And I say the whole goddamn country. Go over there, Freedom Inc. You can't miss him. He's got the American flag icon. Go over there. Like, subscribe, share, Freedom Inc. That's it, people. That's all I got for now. God bless. Have a good evening. Aloha. Stay safe. Stay armed always. And remember, freedom ain't free. You got to fight for that shit almost every day.